What does this mean? That your output signal again is a distorted one. So इसीलिए जो आपको अपना ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट है वो कैसे चूज करना है कि वो सैचुरेशन रीजन के क्लोज ना हो, क्योंकि अदरवाइज आपका जो आउटपुट सिग्नल है वो अनफेथफुल एम्पलीफिकेशन होके डिस्टॉर्टेड आएगा, क्लिपिंग के साथ आएगा. सो नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हेन यू चूज योर ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट इन द मिडल ऑफ द लोड लाइन और इन द मिडल ऑफ द एक्टिव रीजन, एट दैट टाइम आपका जो ट्रांजिस्टर है वो प्रॉपरली वर्क करेगा एक्टिव रीजन में और फेथफुल एम्पलीफिकेशन के बाद आपको डिस्टॉर्शन लेस सिग्नल मिलेगा. सो दिस इज द केस. Here they have chosen this point C which lies in the middle of the load line approximately, and here this is the input signal which we are applying at the input terminals, and जो output है वो आपको देखो without distortion मिल रही है with faithful amplification. So that is why I am stressing upon that your operating point of the transistor, it must lie in the middle of the DC load line so that your transistor, it can work properly in the active region of operation to give us a proper faithful amplified output signal without any distortion. Now what is next thing? हम अपना ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट चूज कैसे करेंगे? ठीक है, हम मिडल पे चूज करना है. इट मीन्स वन अदर थिंग, बाय चेंजिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ बेस करंट IB you can change your operating point. If in case you have set your constant input current, base current is equal to 0 microampere, in that case your operating point Q5, it will lie near to the cutoff region. So this operating point, it will not be a suitable one. So you will not keep your base current constant is equal to 0 microampere. So you will increase this base current to 10 microampere. Then you can also increase it to 20 microampere, because in that case you will get this curve and Q3 will be the operating point. And Q3 will be the most suitable operating point in this case. Q1 and Q5 are worst. There will be maximum distortion, and in Q2 and Q4 distortion will be smaller, and in case of Q3 there will be no distortion. So by changing the value of base current, you can change the Q point. And one more thing, what is that? Collector current, the value of collector current, it also depends upon this RL. And what is this RL? This minus 1 by RL, we have already studied that this minus 1 by RL, it will give us the slope of this DC load line. So if you change the load resistance RL, what will happen? Slope of the DC load line will change. And if slope of the DC load line will change, this DC load line, it will shift either upward or downward. So thereby changing the Q point. So here we have our previous DC load line which we have already studied. But if in case you will increase this RL, when you will increase RL, slope will decrease, and this DC load line, it will move to this new DC load line. And in this way you can see that the point of intersection, it changes from this point to this point. It means our Q point has shifted. Similarly, when you will decrease this RL, then slope of the DC load line, it will increase. It means now this DC load line B, it will shift to new DC load line C. And point of intersection, it also shifts, thereby shifting the Q point from this point to this point. But we require the Q point to lie in the middle of the load line, because only then we will get our output signal without distortion. This I have already told you that Q point, it lies, if it lies near to saturation or cutoff region, then your output signal will be a distorted one, and it is known as unfaithful amplification. So for faithful amplification or for the distortionless output signal, first we are saying that we need proper operating point which lies in the middle of the DC load line. But along with that, there are many things which we require, that is, our transistor must operate in active region. And for the proper operation of transistor in the active region, we require these three conditions. So for faithful amplification, a transistor amplifier, it must satisfy these basic conditions. Only then this transistor, it will amplify faithfully in the active region. Because these three conditions, they are required for the transistor to keep in the active region. And first condition is there must be proper zero signal collector current. What is zero signal? As in our case, we haven't applied any input signal. That is why it is known as proper zero signal collector current. There must be proper value of collector current, because if proper value of collector current will flow, then your DC load line, it will not shift. And your Q point will be a stable Q point. And second thing is, there must be a minimum proper base emitter voltage at any instant. And what is this base emitter voltage? It is the voltage which is keeping your base emitter junction forward biased all the time. So that biasing across the input circuit, it should not decrease than this minimum proper VBE, because at that time your junction, input junction, will become reverse biased. And your transistor at that time, it will not operate in active region. So the biasing on the input circuit, it must always be greater than this minimum proper VBE to keep this base emitter junction forward biased all the time. And similarly, for the active region operation of transistor, we need output circuit to be reverse biased all the time. So that is why the transistor biasing on the output circuit, it must be in such a way that there should always be minimum proper VCE at any instant across the collector emitter junction to keep collector emitter junction reverse biased all the time. Because all these three conditions, they will keep your transistor in the active region, and in this way you will get your output signal when you apply any input signal without any distortion. Also, the fulfillment of these three conditions, it is known as proper transistor biasing. So the biasing of the transistor, it should be done in such a way that all these three above conditions, they must be satisfied. Now what happens is that sometimes this Q point, it shifts with various other parameters. So we will study the shifting of Q point with transistor parameters. उसमें जो फर्स्ट पैरामीटर है वो ये है कि कोई भी टू ट्रांजिस्टर्स का जो करंट गेन है बीटा, that is not always same, can never be same. So no two transistors, they have same value of current gain beta. It means अगर आप कॉमन एमिटर ट्रांजिस्टर एम्पलीफायर में जस्ट आप ट्रांजिस्टर को चेंज कर देते हो, एक एनपीएन ट्रांजिस्टर की बजाय कोई दूसरा एनपीएन ट्रांजिस्टर आपने ले लिया, तो उसका बीटा चेंज हो जाएगा. सो इफ बीटा विल चेंज, वी नो दैट the value of collector current, it depends upon beta, because the expression of collector current, it is beta IB plus beta plus 1 ICBO. So if you will change the transistor, it will change the value of beta, and by changing beta, the value of collector current will change. And if collector current will change, it means Q point will change. So it will shift your Q point. And second shifting of Q point is with the variation in temperature. Again, check this expression of collector current, where this ICBO is the leakage current. And we know that this leakage current, it is because of the flow of minority carriers. And the flow of minority carriers or the number of minority carriers, it depends upon the temperature only. If in case temperature increases, when temperature changes, it means number of minority carriers will change. If temperature is increasing, it means number of minority carriers will increase. That will increase this leakage current. And if the value of this leakage current will change or increase, then collector current will change or increase. And this will shift your operating point. So in this way, the operating point will change. But sometimes it also leads to thermal runaway of transistor. And what is that condition? Thermal runaway of transistor. Suppose temperature increases, then because of that increase in temperature, what will happen? Number of minority carriers, that will increase in the output circuit, which will increase this leakage current. And this leakage current, what it will do? It will increase the collector current. And because of the large increase in collector current, this temperature, this increase in collector current, it will further heat up the transistor. Means it will further raise the temperature of the transistor. And when further this temperature of the transistor will be raised, it will again increase this leakage current. That will further increase this collector current. It will further increase the temperature of the transistor. And in this way, this will become a loop. And at one stage, the temperature of the transistor, it will become so high that it will burn out. And that is known as thermal runaway of a transistor. This is all about this lecture.